All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry I'm a little late. Trying to get this OBS figured out still, and I started messing with some video settings about 5 minutes before it was supposed to go live. Oh, that was a mess. All right, get that back up.
Welcome to the shop. Gears grind, sparks ignite. Lace spin steady, cutting dreams.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Epoxy drips like a teardrop falling.
Grumpy's had some technical difficulties, to say the least. Gotta love this technology. All right. I don't know if we got anybody watching or not. I can't tell.
Trapped like a fossil, spinning these tools, therapy colossal. Aliens peeking, they hover and linger, pointing at Earth, but we flip them the finger. Strong, roll up therapy sessions in progression.
All right, well, we is back at it, so hopefully we'll get it going. Ow, my wrist. I gotta get my wrist checked out, yo. I can't do hardly a daggum thing with it right now. Suggested stream. Yeah, my daggum quality of the stream is not right. I'm trying to adjust that, or I was trying to adjust that this morning to get it a little better looking. It's like it's streaming in poor quality. It's recording so much better. On my screen, daggum cameras and all are nice and crisp, HD looking and stuff, but once it goes through OBS and comes back out, it's dropped in its quality. Not too sure how to fix that. We'll get there with it though. Anyway, how's everybody's day going? Hope mine goes better than yesterday. What happened?
Laid back, carving, steady hand devotion. Epoxy shines bright, clouded in emotion. Grumpy hands spark art, therapy potion. Anxiety.
I hope it's still streaming. Yeah, it looks like it is.
Aliens in the smoke, they whisper truth. Medication.
I hope it's pushing out like it's supposed to. Hey Tim, good morning. It's supposed to be pushing out vertical and horizontal. YouTube's got that new feature. It finally rolled out. Yesterday's stream was normal. I had programmed it. I had scheduled it the night before, and that's how you're supposed to be able to get access to the dual stream, is by scheduling. And the option wasn't available the night before, but then Runic did a stream yesterday and his went dual. And so I got on there and checked it, and then yeah, it was, the option was there. So I think I'm streaming both vertical and horizontal, but I don't know. It's showing me two streams on my screen, or two outputs, but like I said, I don't have the dock set up to where I can't tell who's watching from where.
Aliens in the smoke, they whisper truth. Medication rolled tight, sparking the roots. Chronic pain, a ghost, fades in the booth. Creating our escape, these forms be proof. Grumpy's craft cuts through that ether haze, shoving demons aside, calling brighter days. Therapeutic fiction set the world ablaze.
Back to the other spot. Excuse me, goodness. Excuse me, coffee burp come up out of nowhere. Burr. It's chilly out here, y'all. Ew, in the 50s again inside and in the 30s outside. I think it's high 30s, 39, 34, 37, somewhere in there. At a quick glance. I don't know what studying it too bad.
Where shadows hide, lace spin smooth therapy in the stack, paint carved in the grain, no time to look.
I ordered me a new pair of shoes. Unfortunately. At least it's only shoes I have to get. Ooh. Y'all be safe with them die grinders out there if y'all play with them. I had a little accident with mine the other day and it about got nasty. I'm cleaning up my little tip right here, running it on my little honer, knock some of that carbon off. Just the resonant will, the late whisper secrets only silence can fill. Shadows in the grooves, ghosts etched in the grain. Epoxy binds the cracks, sealing up the. Need to get a jaw horse. The die grinder itself, not really that big of an. I mean, it's dangerous, but it was excuse me, user error. It's just the way I was using it. Improperly, for sure. That's why it about bit me.
Yellow glows bright, black swallows the sun. The work ain't never finished, the fight's never done. Lace spins eternal through the wrong and the right. Epoxy in the veins till the end of the night.
I'm not gonna do no painting on this one here today, I don't think. I never really finished my burn. I turned everything off and was just moping around yesterday, and then I got to looking at how I was gonna do it when I do paint it. I got to go back and cover it. Like I got to come down right here and attach all my spots. I got to make that solid to where when I like if you're using paintbrush or something and you're filling in a spot, I don't need no breaks in my lines. That way it all goes normal. And then I need to add a little bit of shading right there in the cheeks, and I can do some color to it. But
Laid back carvings,
vibrations, smoking up, burning that daggone polish off.
Like and subscribe, join the vibe. Aliens in the workshop, let's inscribe. Grumpy's chronic pain, no need to hide. Epoxy brilliance, ride the tide. Roach clips in hand, extraterrestrial band. Crafting our dreams, it's all pre-planned. Workshop sessions, creativity unplanned. Sky high with aliens, take a stand. Like and subscribe, join the vibe. Aliens in the workshop, let's inscribe. Grumpy's chronic pain, no need to hide. Epoxy brilliance, ride the tide. Workshop whispers, tales of the beyond. Epoxy creations, infinite bond. Roll up reality,
What we're supposed to be doing. Oh, looks like my if I am going vertical, the vertical stream is just buffering. Good morning, Mr. Johnny. How are you looking at it on is it pulling up vertical or is it pulling up horizontal?
Epoxy creations, infinite bond. Roll up reality, spaceship spawn. Chronic pain fades, therapeutic dawn. Workshop whispers, tales portals of the beyond. Epoxy creations.
Yeah, that's what I'll have to be doing for sure, is playing with the OBS. I gotta get this figured out. I've been waiting for YouTube to get this dual stream set up where I can use it. It looks like my settings aren't letting me use it. Horizontal, okay. Yeah, I don't have a plugin. There's plugins and stuff you can download for OBS that I guess they'll let you flip your settings and go vertical, but you can also go into your video settings and change the aspect ratio to make it go vertical, so you don't have to use a plugin. And that's what I'm doing. I don't like downloading open source software and stuff to my computer because I don't know how safe it is, right? So I haven't downloaded any plugins. I've just been trying to do all this manually by flipping the settings around, and that's making it complicated for me because I don't quite understand what the heck I'm doing, but I'm trying to do it anyway. We'll figure it out though. I got to get up with Perry or get up with Mr. Runick. See if they can. There's something I'm not doing, and it's just, that's like when I do stuff, once it clicks, I know what I'm doing and it won't be nothing to it. And I can't get this OBS stuff to click in my head the way I need it to, but I got it enough. I just want to be able to switch camera views in my music. We got that going, but gotta figure it out there. All right, I gotta get that right, y'all. Let me turn this off. Where did my eraser go from yesterday? It should be right here. There it is.
Of fate. Roach clips, shiny dope soldiers a cope. Out of the haze came purpose and hope. Aliens nodding props to the craft, no hate. Epoxy vibes outlasted the hands of fate.
Tomorrow is the 13th. I have my fingers crossed that the weather's not too cold and the sun's just right, and I have an awesome day. I need to have like the best day of sales ever. It would definitely help me out.
Anxieties dismissed, like to the tribe, spark flames in the abyss. Shavings fall like dreams cut from the
That should have went up a lot higher than what it did right there. That's why that looks so wonky.
Workshop, whisper secrets only hands know. Therapy in motion, the vibe slow glow. Tools clicking like a metronome sway. Echoes of planets, grumpies out playing
Take that out
away.
and just
Red
leave
beams
that
of
out.
light,
Don't gotta put
spaceship
that back
vibes
in
cross,
there.
smoke trails led home, no details lost. Eyes
Get all
bloodshot,
that
medicated,
off.
soul kissed.
It's changing the shade of the wood.
Aliens in the mist. ghost. Anxiety's dismissed, like to the tribe. Spark flames in the abyss.
See how this one comes out once we sand it and buff it with the cloth. That's just ugly right there.
Roach clips, shiny dope soldiers of cope. Out of the haze came purpose and hope. Aliens nodding props to the craft, no hate. Epoxy vibes outlasted the hands of fate.
Throwing it to the side. It just frustrated me enough this morning and yesterday. Need to get me one of those little art clip deals. You got that little where you slip the paper up to it and it just hangs and you ain't got to mess with no clips or nothing. I need one of those set up on the back of my box to hold my reference pictures sometimes. I think that'd make it a little easier.
Grumpy spins the lathe, hand steady in the grind. Epoxy roach
Definitely got to clean up this one a little bit better.
Workshop sessions,
Image isn't that bad,
turning junk into
but I need to put a fresh image on the paper because this one's sloppy.
Eyes glaze crimson, medicated haze flows. Chronic aches vanish, the good healing shows. Aliens in the mist whisper words of relief. Craft and cannabis, our escape from the grief. Turn the world into grooves, we twist in the vibe. Hit the bell, like and subscribe to the tribe. Lace spirals carve out our stories in smoke. Art and remedy blend, that's the inside joke. Time's a roulette wheel, Grumpy calls the spins. Precision of a surgeon, where craft begins. Wood chips dance like confetti on the floor. Every turn, every twist.
Kaylee, good morning. Thank you for coming by.
Aliens floating, they dip in my sight.
Which,
The mist curling thick.
oh, I'm trying to remember whose live I saw you in yesterday. I think it might have been Knuckles. Was it Knuckles or was it Wowie's live? I know the name. I'm bad with names. It'll take me a while to get used to names, but I know that name. I don't know it, but I know it. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm babbling. Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. I think my video quality is normally better than what it's putting out today. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know what it's looking like going through YouTube, but it's definitely reduced quality coming through my OBS for some reason. Like I said, the vertical feed, it's just buffering back there, so I don't even know if it's pushing out vertical. Hey, good morning, Bill.
The mist curling thick in the soft workshop light.
But we're gonna get with it. If it's putting out, it's putting out. If it's looking good, it's looking good. If it's not, I do apologize, and I will try to go through my settings this weekend and get it figured out. For now, I have no clue what I'm doing. Like I said, I tried to adjust it some before I started the live. That's why I was a few minutes late, because I couldn't get it back to the normal. I say normal. It started off with some poor quality, and I was like, ooh, maybe I can adjust that. And yeah, I was trying to adjust it before we started, and I almost lost all my settings.
Crafted cures where the resin drips. Epoxy roach clips, fingertips equipped. Medicated therapy, glow flows thick. Chronic pain fades, it's a real slick trick. Aliens in the smoke, shadows in the air. like I just don't care. Creating's how we heal, no pill compares. Anxiety dissolves, now time feels rare. Grumpy's laid back, carving for the soul, shaping cloudy dreams, watch the colors roll. Hand steady, mind free, this joint's patrol. Roach clips bonded, stories to unfold. Therapy's the wood grain, the blades our guide. Healing in creation is where we reside. Pain dressed in smoke, where aliens hide. Through the haze we thrive, let fears subside. Medication rolled tighter than the bass drum. Creativity sparks where the darkness comes. Shadows in the flicker, pieces succumb. We craft peace
My
in the
goofy butt
chaos
didn't turn my CPAP machine on last night. If I did, I turned it off in the middle of the night. I thought I put it on. I thought I went to sleep wearing my mask and whatnot. So I have no clue. I sleepwalk and stuff a lot sometimes when I'm stressed out and everything. I haven't done it in a few years. But I woke up this morning and it was not on my head, and the machine was not turned on. It wasn't like it fell off and was just on. I say I haven't done it in a few years, not that I can remember.
Crafted cures where the resin drips. Epoxy roach clips, fingertips equipped.
I'm taking everybody's watching horizontal this morning.
Chronic pain fades, it's a real slick trick. Aliens in the smoke.
I have my YouTube set to stream on a dual stream, but when I look back behind me at the YouTube studio page, my vertical stream is just buffering. I don't know if it's pushing out vertical or not.
Roach clips bonded, stories to unfold. Therapy's the wood grain, the blades our guide. Healing in creation, it's where we reside. Pain dressed in smoke, where aliens hide. Through the haze we thrive, let fears subside. Medication rolled tighter than the bass drum. Creativity sparks where the darkness comes. Shadows in the flicker, pieces succumb. We craft peace in the chaos until we're numb. Aliens in the smoke, shadows in the air, floating through the space like I just don't care.
Hope everybody's Friday is going good. Hope y'all have an awesome day and it turns into an even better weekend. Everybody be safe. Be patient on the road. Don't turn into a grumpy and get a little bit of road rage. It's not worth it. They say stress is a killer.
Dremel spins, it's time to play. Epoxy shines in the light of day. Carving covers that gleam so tight. Aliens watching from the edge of sight. Aliens in the workshop messing around. Grumpy's carving skills are world renowned.
I don't have a steady hand, nothing. I appreciate that there, Mr. Bill, but most of my hand is, it can be steady, I guess. I'm steadying it on my board more than anything. I guess I'm not as shaky early in the morning, but no, my hand does get a little jumpy. I got issues with my neck, messes with my nerves real bad in my hands. So my issue with my hands is, if you can see, I'll be white knuckling everything when I grab it. I can't tell how hard I'm grabbing onto stuff most of the time. Hey, Mr. Johnny, you have a great day at work, buddy. Be safe. It's Friday. I hope your day goes quick and you can get home and play on that lathe quicker. Good morning, Mandy. But yeah, sometimes my hands work good for me, and then sometimes they fight me like crazy. Oh yeah, I hold it down and I don't shake as bad. I don't know why, but my mom has some tremors going on in her hands real bad. It's not 24/7, but her hand will get to shaking so daggum bad she can't hardly hold a bottle of water. I mean, it would go to shaking and just go spilling out the top of the bottle. You know, she'll try to grab her other hand to stabilize it, and it still shakes. Hey, good morning, Miss Daisy. Hey, good morning, Spike. Mine does it sometimes. I call it vibrating. I start vibrating a little bit. I don't know if that's gonna end up happening to me eventually or not, because sometimes it's, what's the word, hereditary, you know, involuntary, something. I can't remember what her doctor said it was for her.
Carve away our worries light, wood and smoke in tranquil night, roach clips dangling dreams in flight, Grumpy's carving feels just right. The wood spirits sing their song in this world where you belong.
And then the grains in this wood kind of cause me to zigzag in the lines a little bit because it's not sanded. You're supposed to sand your piece as smooth as possible, right? When it comes to wood, then your wood burning tip just kind of glides across it better. This plywood stuff, all those grains, those little bitty lines that you can see, I can feel all those with the tip. You know, and it's like little bitty speed bumps. With this, let's see, try not to burn my damn self. This tip's flat, right? It's wire, I've hammered it flat. So when you turn it up on its edge, it's almost like a little knife edge. It gets real thin, you know, and it'll cut into your wood. You know, with the heat and then the softness of the wood, you know, when you turn that edge just right, it'll slice into it like butter. And then that'll cause your tip to dig down into the wood and stuff like that and give you boogery lines. With the neuropathy, sometimes I can't tell that I'm cutting or catching, and shoop, it'll sink in there and booger it up. But I am getting better with it for sure. That's how old Jordy says, the more you do something, the better you get at it. There you go. Good morning, Mr. Deland. I was lurking in most of your show last night. I didn't start typing until the end. I like to be like Miss Daisy and do a little lurking. There's too many people gets in the chat sometimes, and I don't fire off and talk. The anxieties kind of take over.
We craft as one.
Well, thank you, Bill. Thank you a lot. As I don't power carve as much as I used to because of it. I talk about it probably dang near every one of my videos. I'm trying to quit. I'm not trying to make it sound like a pity party. But yeah, it's I'll sit there and when I'm powder carving or something, you gotta have that good grip on that handle with your burr spinning, because with that burr spinning, grabbing the wood, it wants to pull, in whichever direction you're spinning, So if you're trying to go one way and the burr's pulling the other way, and you can't tell what you're doing, and all of a sudden it runs across the piece. I've done that a few times with my piece, and be like, not done, but at the point to where you don't want to carve it no deeper. You're just trying to work in a few details. And then all of a sudden you get one of them nasty lines across the middle of it. Then you have to take everything deeper and try to regroup with the detail and stuff. So yeah, it gets discouraging. Thank you. The music, I do my music on, I use Suno, a little AI app. You got to pay their monthly subscription and whatnot. And when you do that, it'll give you all the rights to your music. There's all different kinds of ways you can make your music on that app. Like I said, if you're musically talented and can play instruments and whatnot, have your own instruments and recordings, you can record your own guitar lines and piano lines, drum beats, whatever, and upload them to Suno. And then Suno can create words to that for you, or vice versa. You have your own lyrics, you can load your lyrics in there, tell them, what style song or what style of music you want, instrument-wise, or all that kind of stuff. The genres, hip-hop, rap, rock, jazz, just you name it. And you can put that into your settings and really fine-tune the music to your style and stuff. I like it. Had too many issues with YouTube's free music. I'd spend too much time going through it and it telling me, oh yeah, this is the free library, you can use it, no copyrights, and then I sit there and dig through all that and put it all in my video, and then go to upload and they give me copyright stuff. So it's like, I did that too many times, and I stress the music. I want my channel to grow, so I want the music to be good and all that kind of stuff. So I would go through that free music. I'd spend a couple of hours going through all those files trying to find just the right songs, and then once I upload it, give me grief about it. So that's when I started doing my homework, and I found Suno. I pay $10 a month for the Suno. And like I said, that gives me 2,500 credits, and I think it's like 5 credits. I'll put you 2 songs out, so you can do a bunch. But the bad thing with Suno is you use it or you lose it. Your credits don't roll over from month to month. But you don't have to be subscribed to continue having your rights neither. Once you've made your music, say you subscribe for a month and you make you a month worth of music, and that's a couple of 100 songs if you get busy. Then you could cancel for the next month And all those songs you made while you were subscribed, they're yours. You can use them. You own the rights. You just need to download them while you're paying for the app, because when you're not paying for the app, you cannot download in a WAV format. You can only download in an MP3 format. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a WAV format's a little bit cleaner.
Grumpy in the shop, new year, new leaf. Carving out dreams with shaking belief. Chiseling edges, letting go of grief. Woodside smooth, feeling some relief. Sawdust flying, tails in the air. Carving shadows, whisper, do you dare? Nights and cedar, stories to share. On the lathe, hope is always fair. Let's make this a wood
It's working a lot better for me than it was yesterday, though. Yesterday, the day before, it was giving me a fit. It's pulling. I'm pulling better lines this morning. I say that, and it's probably going to go to crafter in a minute.
Smoke trails between fingers so sure. Grumpy's breathing deep, feeling the cure. Wood becomes art on a whim that's pure. Crafted stories scroll through the door. Sunsets casting long soft beams. Carving thoughts tangled in dreams. Shavings fall silent as it seems. Grumpy smiles, heart in streams. Let's make this a wood burning song. With every cut, emotion strong. Sparks flying as day moves along. In Grumpy's world, nothing's ever wrong.
I guess my vertical feed didn't go out there, because like I said, it's still buffering behind me on the computer. That sucks. I got to figure out what's going on that side. Get the phone out there. See that.
Therapy on repeat. Alien vibes hit wild, art'll never retreat.
Excuse me.
Shit crazy, meds in a haze, roll type medication, floating outer space. Glows in the dark, magic lit
Excuse
through
me,
the
y'all.
maze. Hit that like, subscribe, ride the creative blaze. Sharp blade cutting, pouring epoxy to life. Each stroke sculpt, chaos channel the strife. Aliens whisper notes, transmit
Right,
them
we're
precise
good.
out
I
of
didn't
this
need that.
world. Roach clip got that
Started
spice.
coughing a little too much. The sun's trying to come up out there. I can see my slingshot targets barely glowing. A big old plastic 55-gallon drum out there is white. It's kind of trying to illuminate and glow with a little bit of light. It's still dark looking out the door though.
The creative blaze, pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Art deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints in wood grain, Grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man, that's mad appeal. Pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Art deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints in wood grain, Grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man, it's mad appeal. Grumpy's batshit crazy, meds in a haze. Roll type medication, floating outer space. Glows in the dark, magic lit through the maze. Hit that like, subscribe, ride the creative blaze. Waxy river running, lighter cases on the creek. Roach clips in the glow, Grumpy's work unique. Carving late nights, therapy on repeat. Alien vibes hit wild, art'll never retreat. Grumpy's batshit crazy, meds in a haze. Roll tight, medication floating right of space. Glows in the dark, magic lit through the maze. Hit that like, subscribe, ride the creative blaze. Sharp blade cutting, pouring epoxy to life. Each stroke sculpt chaos, channel the strife. Aliens whisper notes, transmit them precise. Out of this world, roach clip got that spice. Glow bright like UFOs at a midnight sight. Craft wild carvings, man, they take flight. In a zone, no phone, just resin delight. Therapy ain't a couch, it's chisels and light. Grumpy's batshit crazy, meds in a haze. Roll tight, medication floating out of space. Glows in the dark, magic lit through the maze.
Got wide, got dark.
Pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Art deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints and wood grain, Grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man, that's mad appeal. Grumpy's batshit crazy, meds in a haze. Roll tight, medication floating out of space. Glows in the dark, magic lit through the maze. Hit that like, subscribe, ride the creative blaze. Grumpy's batshit crazy, meds in a haze. Roll tight, medication floating out of space. Glows in the dark, magic lit through the maze. Hit that like, subscribe, ride the creative blaze. Pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Art deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints and wood grain, Grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man, that's mad appeal. Pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Art deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints and wood grain, Grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man, that's mad appeal. Bright amaze.
I don't know if my hands is in the camera good, but y'all see how I'll take and kind of loop up the cord and kind of hold the cord a little bit. It takes the pressure off the end of it right there. Is the cord so rigid, sometimes it wants to kind of, if you see when it moves around, it'll pivot the end of your tip, you know, so I try to take the pressure off of that.
Let the trouble stray. Smoke curls in the air, medication's friend. Every carve a story that ain't never gonna end. Grumpy's LaidBak, carving's where the heart is light. Turning wood to wonders in the soft twilight. Medication makes it easy, muscles calm and loose. Carving up some freedom feels like heaven's truce.
It might not bother most people, but that little bit of pressure affects me sometimes.
Every turn and twist, find a bit of peace. Every piece of timber makes the silence cease. Candles flicker gently, shadows dance around. Grumpy's world of wood in the quiet found. Lathe and Dremel chisel all the worries thin. Carving out contentment from its struggles dim. Cedar, maple, oak, each one's got a soul. And Grumpy skilled hands, they find their rope. Roach clips and totems healing in the grain. Clear the cloudy thoughts, through the way the pain.
Birds waking up out there. Little chickadees, I guess I call them tweet birds, but they're little chickadees. They look like a little finch, like a wild finch.
With every turn and twist, find a bit of peace. Every piece of timber makes the silence cease. Candles flicker gently, shadows dance around. Grumpy's world of wood in the quiet found. Lathe and Dremel chisel all the worries thin.
carving out contentment from his struggles dim.
Grumpy's hands, they shape the flow.
Hey, good morning, Pat.
Knives kiss
How you
wood
doing?
and time moves slow.
Hope you had a great
Chronic pain, it
Friday.
starts to fade.
Safe
Healing in
and
these
great
grooves
Friday.
we've
There
made.
you go.
Roach clips shining, made with care. Each one glowing nestled there.
Getting boogery right there.
Community, we stand as one underneath the carving sun. Carve away the heavy night. Medication rolled up tight. Find the rhythm, let it show. Creating sparks that brightly glow. Stay out of my head, they say, but in the chips I find my way. Wood speaks louder than the pain and carves a path that's joy ordained. Laid back, digging through the
I'm
grain.
getting scared you run up in my head.
Edges keeps me
You gonna have to go
sane.
see a therapist.
Healing isn't found in gold, but in the art
Is
my
when you go
hands can
save me a
hold.
spot.
Carve away the heavy night. Medication rolled up tight. Find the rhythm, let it show. Creating sparks that brightly glow. Grumpy's hands, they shape the flow. Knives kiss wood and time moves slow. Chronic pain, it starts to fade. Healing in these grooves we've made.
Hey, good morning, Amy.
Roach clips shining, made with care. Each one glowing, nestled there. Community, we stand as one underneath the carving sun. Carve away the heavy night. Medication rolled up tight. Find the rhythm, let it show. Creating sparks that brightly glow. Stay out of my head, they say, but in the chips I find my way. Wood speaks louder than the pain and carves a path that's joy ordained. Laid back, digging through the grain. Smoothing edges keeps me sane. Healing isn't found in gold, but in the art my hands can hold. Carve away the heavy night. Medication rolled up tight. Find the rhythm, let it show. Creating sparks that brightly glow.
Yeah, everybody in this group, everybody's got some awesome channels. And drop your links, do all that connecting and stuff. There's awesome communities that's built up with these channels. That's how you were talking about that last night, Deland, talking about it. You got the woodworking community and this and that. There's such a diverse group of creators in the community now. I just call it just an overall creators community. Because it's just everybody's doing so many different mediums. And then heck, a lot of people are just one person in general does, so much different stuff. That's why I say it's just a creators community nowadays. Because nobody is stuck into one niche. Like, look at me, I powder carve, I wood burn, I play with epoxy, I play on the lathe. And look, Deland, you do some wood building, and then you do your powder carving. Like I said, everybody's just, Amy does the resins and carving and whittling with Kim and scroll solid. It's so spread out. I think it's cool. It's a big, diverse community full of awesome creators and it's awesome supporters. That's how I love the community, and it's just it's pretty cool. That's some very, very cool people. I mean, it's just, I've talked about it in a lot of people's lives, as YouTube brings so many people together from such a diverse groups, so diverse communities. I mean, people you would never think would be buddies or talk to one another, and it's like, that's what I love about YouTube. It puts on it puts on those blinders. You don't see somebody's skin or color or nothing like that. You're seeing a person's individuality and spirit and soul whenever they're talking and communicating. And I don't know. I get on a Babble sometimes, but I just wish everybody could get like that.
Grumpy on the lathe, making sparks ignite. Cedar dust clouds, moon gives the only light. Therapy in the grain, hands shape it just right. Medication roll tight as a fist for the fight. Stress phase drifting in the cedar mist. Chronic pain ain't got nothing on this twist. Lighter in hand, flames kissing the night. Cedar roach clips, we're taking back.
We need more love and care in the world.
To the spin, each clip a remedy where the healing begin. Grumpy humming low, his rhythm a groove. Lay singing songs that knows how to soothe. Stress phase drifting in the cedar mist. Chronic
I like watching the Shoop's channel.
Lighter in hand, flames kissing the night. Cedar roach clips, we're taking back alright.
It's what it is, Shoups, like shout, Shoups. I think is how you're supposed to pronounce their name.
Wood grain stories ancient as a tree. Smoke whispers tales carried on the breeze. Every carve, every cut, a piece of the soul. Grumpy's craft turns broken into whole. Night stretches long, stars wink through the haze. Cedars embrace, turning dark into days. Healing in the hands, therapy in the air. Lay spins eternal, cause Grumpy truly care.
You're gripping so hard, it's starting to get my wrist, making my wrist hurt. Working decent lines on it right now. It's like I don't want to stop because I feel like when I stop and pick it back up, I'm not going to be pulling good lines. But I'm getting at that point where I know I'm going to end up boogering up, messing up my line in a minute. You gotta find that sweet spot. That's always been my problem, is learning when to stop for a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop for a minute, y'all. Turn my tool off, let it cool off a minute. Let my hand rest a minute. Oh, look at that grill, the indentions. That old thumb. Oh, I need to make me a little holder in here from my burner instead of having to clip it back on my machine every time I'm setting it down. Set it right here, it should be okay. No, it's not gonna be okay. I want to show y'all those other pieces. There we go. Let's see. I put the clear coat to them yesterday. Got them outside and actually got some on it. Got aggravated a few times. I had to go back and got some trash in it while it was drying. That's one thing, I don't have nothing set up to cover it once I spray it. I thought about that after watching some of Amy's videos when you talk about covering your stuff up while it cures so nothing floats into it. Yeah. Let's see. Let's keep with the theme we got going right now. This is the praying hands that I'm trying to work on, right? I've done a bunch of these boards before. Here's my reference that I'm going with it. Google image. I put some carbon paper back there, transferred my image down like that, and then I'll go through and burn it and do some shade to it. All right, this was the Jesus on the cross one. Like I said, I sprayed it and got the edges all burnt up, distressed and cleared. This one's done. Ooh, I might need to try to find a cartridge for sale tonight. I gotta have a good cartridge for the event. I can't smoke no flower out there. I have my vape cartridge all day. Good morning, Robert. How you doing today? Oh, goodness. But yeah, that's what that one is. It's all cleared and done. It's got a little gloss to it. But yeah, I like the way it worked out, because the wood, you see the difference in the wood right here between what I'm burning on and what's there. There's no stain on that. That's just my clear coat darkens it up a little bit. So I've been wanting to put some golden oak stain on a few of them, which is going to darken up a lot more, but I held off on this one. And like I said, that's just my burn and then clear coat. Then I took my torch and distressed the edges and whatnot, and then knocked it back down with my buffer. Thank you. Then there's the Planet 13 one again, or a different version of it, but this one's done, clear coated and whatnot. And then I burnt my edges, and then you can see where it's kind of dark in spots. You know, I just took my torch, and it's like, you gotta be moving and stay quick and steady, or it's gonna char it real bad. But I wanted it to just start to discolor the wood. It just makes it look a little older, gives it more of that rustic look, I guess. And then, of course, let's see, that's the black light one. And then the visor right there, that's gonna glow in the dark once I turn the light off. But the rest of it only glows, you know, under the black light. But then boom, the visor will still glow. So that'll be a cool piece on the wall. And then, you know, y'all seen this one. This is the second one I did. They have one up there already it does not have the actual planet in it. The one they have at the shop is just a burn board, and it's just got the 13 and then their little quarter planet slice there in it. That's their logo. That's the Planet 13 dispensary's logo right there. It's 13 and the quarter planet. But, and then that one, you know, it's blacklight reactive as well. It don't have no glow in the dark, just blacklight. And this one in person, the way I hashed the shading and everything, this 13 almost jumps up off the board, kind of three-dimensional in person. I don't know if it does that good on the video effect, but yeah. So those will be the 3 new boards. I still have to put the sawtooth hangers on the back of them. That's nothing. That won't take me but a few minutes. But those 3 pieces will be new pieces for up there. Everything else is just the clips I've had. I have a few new roach clips to put on the table, but with the shop vac and everything being down, I haven't done a lot of spinning. I've just been doing more wood burns, and the wood burns and painting takes me a little bit longer to do, because I try not to rush with them. I've learned in the past that, because I've tried to rush through and get some done for certain things, and it never works out. I always booger them up. So if that takes me 2 weeks to do, it takes me 2 weeks to do. Thank you, Bill.
Grumpy's in his zone like he just don't care. Cedar's got the groove, it's spinning real fine. Turn that chaos into art every single time. Grumpy's crazy, Grumpy's fun. Building dreams.
Yeah, that's most of the stuff that I do. If I do anything that I put color to it, I make it glow some way or another. It's just, like I said before, I never really set up anywhere for a craft event or anything like that. It's always been on my roach clips. You know, like I said, that's 90% of my channel is my roach clips, but I just haven't been spinning too many of them. Like I said, the lathe and stuff being down at the moment. Because that's just it, the Planet 13, that's a medical marijuana dispensary. You know, and I got my license and stuff for my state. We're legal at that aspect of it. And then, Bill, I don't know if you've seen any of this of my work, but this is what I normally do, is my epoxy. So I make my own blanks, and then spin them to some crazy shapes. And then most of my epoxy, it glows some way or another. Like the blue and this one glows in the dark, but you got to charge it up with a UV light. I'm gonna charge this one up for a minute. But I do wooden roach clips, and I spin wood and everything too. But the epoxy, I like it. I've been playing with it here lately because it just the way it polishes up, and every daggum clip you do is unique because you can't control how them colors go. I don't know if y'all can see that glowing good or not. It's not dark enough in here. And I gotta charge up my light. My light's about dead. Yeah.
Stress and pain, they fade away when the lay begins to play.
Pretty much. And then, like, that's cherry wood. I turn that. I have several exotic blanks. I say blanks, they're dowels that I have to turn. The bad thing is I don't know the species of all the wood. I know some of it, but some of them I don't. But I just know they're exotic woods. Where'd they go? I showed them off in a video or a live not long ago. like that. I got 2 pieces of each species, and I think there were 8 or 9 different species total. 2 pieces of cherry like that. I think some of it's yellow heart, purple heart. Like those 2, that's the purple heart, and then the yellow. Let me just get them all out of the damn box. I got all those, and every bit of that is just let's see. Try to get them together here.
Grumpy schooling aliens, tools in the light, workshops glowing, sparking lights so bright.
Gonna make a mess. But yeah, I had a mystery sender send me this, and it is just too freaking cool. But I've already spun one of the cherry. I think it was the cherry I spun. I'm not sure. It's this one. Whichever this species is was the wooden clip that I just showed you. I've done one of these and I cut it in half and did the roach clip, and then I got another one that I'm hand carving. It's gonna be, this is noisy. It's gonna be one of my let's see, my twisty blanks. I can't see. It's gonna be shaped like that. You know, it's not gonna be shaped exactly like that, but I'm twisting it. Instead of it being straight and spun on the lathe, I'm hand carving that one and shaping it up and everything and giving it like a vine or a snake twist or something. Hard to describe it. I don't know how to describe it. Roach clips shining, each one unique. Seed of wisdom in the grain, let the soul speak. Not yet. I'm gonna start. That's the I just started to purchase everything to start doing the pins. I have everything to make a pin now except for the guts to put one together. The actual kits for it. I've ordered the mandrel and the barrel trimmer and the you know, my drill bits to drill out the tubes and all that good stuff. I've got all that ordered, and it's all finally got here, but I have to get the actual like slimline kits or something like that. I have to start buying some of those, but my money is, yeah, I've had to throw my money in different directions the past couple of months because my shop vac burned up, and so I haven't been able to do no power carving or lathe work because that's my dust collector, and I don't run my lathe without my dust collector going because there's too much dust in the shop. But it went down, so I had to invest my money into a new dust collection system, and I got the main unit, but now I have to upgrade all the plumbing and the dust separator for that, so that's more expensive. And then yeah, but hey, I'm getting there slowly. Like I said, I got the all the stuff for the pins. Oh. And I got a set of bushings that I've ordered for a kit that I got, but I've already lost the daggone bushings unless they're in here. Let's see. That's some 7mm bushings for like the slimline kits. And then here's my mandrel and my tailstock saver and all that. And you put your blanks in there, put that into your lathe, put your pin stuff on there. Yeah, I'm missing my bushings. I've got a because you can buy different kits and everything for the lathe and build, like you got your pin kits where you can get bottle opener kits and so on. Well, there's a lip balm kit, chapstick holder, and I have a couple of those kits here, but I needed the bushing and the drill bit. I don't have the right size drill bit to drill out the blank, And I didn't have the bushing, but I ordered the bushing. And now I don't know where I put it. It's here in my shop somewhere. That's just a key word, somewhere. I'll end up ordering another dang bushing before I find that one, my luck. There ain't no telling where I put that damn thing now. Here's one of my and that's a tip that I've been playing with trying to make. I fix to get back to burning. I'm just giving my hand a minute to loosen up some. And I'm trying to see where I put those damn bushings, because I ordered those bushings. That was the first thing I bought. I was like, heck yeah, I'll be able to do that kit now, because I had the mandrel and I'd already had the bushing. I bought the bushing for the lip balm kit before I bought the mandrel. And then when I got it all, I was getting ready to put it on the lathe and drill it out and do it, but I didn't have the proper drill bit. I had every daggum drill bit but the one I needed. It was crazy. It works. My luck works out that way sometimes. Yeah, I don't know where I put those bushings at though. They got to be right there on my desk, and it's a flipping mess. Oh, no, it's cold out here, y'all. I gotta get back by my heater. Yeah, this is gonna be a little shader here too. I've started beating this one down. I haven't put this one on the machine yet. I've been taking my my little butane torch and getting it hot and then beating it flat. Crafting cool creations on two hands. Grumpy's therapy, never underhanded. Whittling his worries, chisel in hand. Lighten up a stogie, grains like sand. Hey PK, good morning, buddy. I hadn't been around my chat. I didn't see you come in. Am I subscribed to your channel, Bill? Let me check. Yeah, I'm subscribed to your channel. Yep, you got 43 so far. Everybody go hit Bill up, give him a subscribe, help him get to 50. Hey, good morning, Rooney. Man, I'm trying that dual stream, and my my vertical stream, if I look on my studio, it's just buffering. So I don't know if I'm putting out vertical or not. It says excellent when you're looking at the stream quality. It says excellent for the horizontal and excellent for the vertical, but I'm just buffering up there on the vertical. So I don't know if I'm even putting out vertical or not. But trying. And then I might need your help. It looks like my quality is, I can't see it good on my phone. But on my computer, looking at the OBS screen, my camera images are crisp. You know, they look like they're, you know, high definition, whatnot. It looks nice and clean. When I look at the studio screen, it looks like it's broadcasting in like a low resolution, like not high definition. It looks like the picture's almost blurry. How's it coming out on y'all's end? Is the image look low quality? Does it look like it's not high def?
be laid back. Therapy's found.
And there's such a delay on this daggone chat and everything. 240p is the max resolution I can select on the PC. Okay, so that's in, so it's not coming, so it's blah, blah, blah. YouTube is only pushing it out from my side at 240. I need to change my settings to make it to where y'all can pick a better quality. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Tomorrow is the day. See, that's what I need to do. I need to get me one of those good Bluetooth little speakers, portable speakers that's decent and sounds good, and have my daggum grumpy music playing beside me at the event. It seems that way. Let me get some caffeine in. See, I think it's all on my settings. When I go to my settings, I don't have any plugins set for my vertical or anything like that, and so I've had to play with my resolution numbers to flip it back and forth and to get stuff working. So, you know, I don't know if I've boogered my numbers up from the very beginning, you know, but it's like I don't quite know what I'm doing through OBS. I've just watched too many videos and pushed too many buttons. And so far, this is what I've got. You know, it is working, but I want that quality. That if it's, I don't want to be broadcasting my lives in a low quality, because then ain't nobody gonna want to watch it, you know. Because that's what I tried to do this morning right before I went live. It was like 5:20 and I'm out here stopping my stream and playing with my settings. It is all of a sudden it was straight. It looked like my vertical looked like a funhouse mirror, the way it stretched it, and I was like, oh good. And then I couldn't get it to go back, and then it went back, and I couldn't get the quality of the picture. I was like, I thought I had screwed my whole live up. See, I don't do any, I don't have the first plugin going. That's the thing about it is this open source software always has me on the leery side because of hackers and whatnot, you know, and then downloading a plugin or something like that, just, yeah, I get a little leery on that stuff. So I try not to download as much stuff I download as little as possible, and then when I do, most of the time it's got to come off the Google store, and then heck, I know half of that can be corrupt, but I just get too paranoid. I know what a good hacker can do on a computer. I took me some cybersecurity courses and my network courses and stuff back when I was doing my A+, and I learned enough to know damn, and then I didn't learn enough to cover myself from that damn. The networking was just too much for me when it come to doing the math and whatnot, figuring out all the IP addresses and breaking that down decimal wise. My old goofy head just couldn't keep up with it. The hands-on part for the A+, ripping the computer apart, putting it back together, cable management, cleaning them, fixing them, all, I could do that before the neuropathy kicked in. That was the fun part about it when I was in my A+ classes. I was the guy that somebody'd break their damn iPhone, they'd bring it to Tim. Hey, take it to Tim. I'd tell him what kit to order off of the computer and they'd bring me a little repair kit for it. I'd replace their screens and all that junk on there. No, I can't do that crap no more. Them itty bitty ribbon cables and shit inside the phone to hook them damn things. No, sir. I'd rip them things clear apart now.
Grumpy in the lab, black swirls with the yellow. Epoxy mess spinning, hand steady, no mellow. Roach clips my tools, chemist on the grind. Aliens creeping.
That was what I was good at doing before my neck issues got to me. I was good at with my hands, taking stuff apart, putting it all back together. That's what I was good at doing. And the smaller it was like a challenge. It's like, I can't do that, but no, leave it here. I'll see what I can do, you know. And then every time I say I couldn't do it, I would end up getting it, you know. So, yeah. And then on the computer repair, I did stuff most shops. Oh, snot, just bumped the camera. I did stuff that most shops wouldn't do on the repair stuff. You know, you would take a busted laptop to a computer shop and say, I need to get this repaired. Oh no, you just need to buy a new one here. We're selling this. And I didn't do that. Somebody had a busted, you know, charging port on the computer. I'm like, look, I don't know if I can get the part. I don't know if I can fix it, but I'll look at it, you know. And I'd take the laptop all apart and find the broken spot. And if I could unsolder it and get that piece off and then find a replacement piece, it was jammed. I could get it. And then I had a bunch of old busted laptops that weren't fixable that I could, you know, salvage parts off of. So I would Frankenstein your daggum computer back together, but I did it right, you know, it would work. But yeah, we can't we can't get the big old sausages to cooperate like that no more. I almost burnt myself. No. I just flipped that on, but I need to straighten. I have a little bit of a bend in there. I need to straighten that out. There we go.
What do we do? What do we claim? Metallic taste on the tongue, sharp as a shard. Eyes like satellites orbiting the yard. Static in the veins, transmission garbled, made in pain.
Oh yeah, see, that's, yeah, you got to have a good steady hand and dang sure, even if you got good eyeballs, you need that daggone, a good jeweler's mask or whatever, so you can magnify what you're doing. I always got into the watches and everything just because of the gears. And then whenever I don't remember how old I was when I saw my first watch that had a clear face and back on it where you could see all the mechanicals in it. And I was just fascinating right there.
In the void we hide, in the void we survive. Dust therapy, breathe in the pain. Meds roll tight, spark in the flame. Cosmos cracking, stars go insane.
I always had the idea of wanting to do cuckoo clocks, but I can't cut and build a box that's straight to save my life. And so I've never really went from there. And then you got to get all the mechanics and the gears and stuff like that to fit in the box. So yeah, wanted to do it in my brain, but never got at it. That's like all the speaker boxes I used to build back in the day. Those were no big deal because you wrapped them up with carpet or covered them up to a degree or stuck them in the trunk and never really saw them. So as long as it fit the area and was sealed, that was all that mattered for those. So yeah, I've never really built a birdhouse to try to carve a birdhouse or nothing. I haven't done any of that yet. I always wanted to. I love those birdhouses, like the way Mr. Roy does with the faces and stuff on them.
Pain in the resin, colossal. Spinning these tools, therapy colossal. Aliens peeking, they
Need one of those
hover,
giant shops
pointing at Earth,
that's
but
just
we
got
flip 'em the finger.
any tool you could think of. Don't we all?
Subscribe, cosmic confession. Aliens fly by, curious, no aggression. We tell 'em the deal.
I'd like to have a nice table saw. Like to have access to a nice table saw set up. Said I have a few tools, but I don't have them set up. I have to drag them out and set them up and stuff. And yeah, I can't do that too much anymore. I can, but yeah, I always pay the price afterwards.
Roach clips gleam in the UFO light show. Road of therapy sessions and progression like subscribe, cosmic confession. Aliens fly by, curious, no aggression. We tell 'em the
Table
deal,
saw I have to use,
subscription free, no
YouTube might
question.
ban me if I record a video using that. It is janky.
Grumpy mixing epoxy, a wizard with a potion. Colors bright, sharp, popping like planets in motion. Yellow spins with black, a galactic collision. Cosmic swirl dreams, no muddy decisions. Aliens zip past.
Yeah, that's what I gotta do. If I do well tomorrow, all the proceeds, I mean all the proceeds from tomorrow is going straight back into the dust collection stuff again. I gotta get that 4-inch hose and that 4-inch dust separator deal for my bucket. Cause I got for the shop vac, I had the Oneida dust deputy attachment that you put on a 5-gallon bucket or whatever, and it separates all your dust and drops the shavings and stuff in the bucket before it goes to your vacuum cleaner. That way it keeps everything clean on that end. Well, the dust collector I got recommends that you use one of those because the way the collector's made, it pulls all the dust and stuff through the impeller. And so it only recommends, fine dust from sanding and like bandsaw cutting and stuff like that. It says if you do anything that's got like shavings or whatnot, that's when it recommends that dust separator. And I got it running through my 2.5-inch setup, but that's just it. The whole system is being choked down to 2.5 coming right off the machine, and it's a 4-inch inlet coming off the machine. So, I'm losing all my power right there. And so it's when I do run it, I'm not collecting all the fine dust around my unit. The unit's not pulling hard enough to catch it. So my garage is getting dustier in the air. I feel that in my chest because I'll turn everything off, and I hang out here. My computer and everything's out here. I do my medicating out here, all that kind of stuff. And so when I'm sitting here in the room and it's full of all that dust, I can feel it in my chest later in the afternoon. So yeah, that's why I quit. I quit turning. I turned with it for 2 days? And then it's like, nope. There's too much fine dust. I'd go over here by my computer and pick something up and there'd be a layer of dust over the top of it. I'm like, oh no, this is no good. So yeah, definitely jumping to the 4-inch stuff. And I have it in my list. Where'd it go? So I know in a price range, I gotta add it back up. Where's my list at? Because see, I still want to get my microphone. That's like every time I get set up where I'm fixing to make some money and I got an idea what I want to put that money on, boom, life says bang. It kicks me one good time and says, nope, you got to do this instead. Yeah, I found 30 foot of hose, 4-inch $69. And then the cheapest dust cyclone separator deal that I could find was $66. Oneida's 4-inch separator system, they're proud of theirs. Dadgum, they're proud of theirs. They want $179 for it. I can't come. I don't have that money. I can't come up with that right now. So, but I have to do the 69 and the 66. Throw that together. So you're looking at what, 120 and then 30, 40, 50. So you figure 175, $200. Yeah, I gotta look at that. My goal for tomorrow, I cross my fingers and hope that I bring in $200. That should cover me on those two pieces. And then shipping at least, and then once I get those in here, then I can strip everything out and run that 4-inch, and then I should be good to go. Because I mean, that's crazy, that dust collection. I shouldn't be having fine dust floating around, because you look at just the numbers off of the equipment. The shop vac was only 51 cubic foot per minute. And the dust collector is supposed to be 600 cubic foot per minute. So it's like, I should be for sure pulling all my dust in right there. So the only thing I could think that's killing it is, the 2.5 inch versus 4.
Washes out the strain. Like and subscribe. Come and catch the vibe. Grumpy's workshop, where the cosmos collide. Aliens watching, they peep through the sky. Crafting universes with a gleam in his eye.
I don't trust myself with a knife, y'all. That neuropathy, I'm afraid I would slice my finger right to flip off. But I've done that. That's a little bit of hacking, whittling wise. There's no power tool in that. That's all knife work. Nervous knife work at that. Hey, good morning, Alan. How you doing today? But yeah, that's my little whittle gnome. I'm proud of him. He's not done with.
Aliens watching, they peep through the sky, crafting universes with a gleam in his eye. Like and subscribe, come and catch the vibe. Grumpy's workshop, where the cosmos collide. Aliens watching, they peep through the sky, crafting universes with a gleam in his eye.
And then I relocating how my dust stuff is set up. Relocating everything's gonna make it where I don't need quite as much hose. Because that's what I was looking at first, was ordering 50 foot of hose, but daggum, I owe almost $100 for that. I was like, whew, Grumpy's broke. I don't want to spend all my money on it. I want to get pen kits and pigments and stuff. I don't want to buy tools, but I gotta have my tools right. There you go, dadgum. That's the word of the day.
Grumpy's in the shop today, tools clatter where shadows stay. Crab apple wood gets its say. Made in pain, that's how we play. Turning scraps to gold each day. Roach clip spinning, grain won't stray. Lathe hums like an old freight train.
Yeah, that crab apple piece, that was a nice piece.
Every clip a story plain. Made in pain.
Thank you, Bill, for coming by. I enjoyed you hanging out. Have a safe day. I hope your weekend's awesome.
Roach clip spinning, grain won't stray.
Carbon buildup or something is not burning good.
Meds rolled up for a breath of peace. Shavings fall like a masterpiece. Grain so smooth the hurts release.
Won't be long, I'll have to start turning off. I won't be able to stay on all morning. Good morning, Brushwalker. How are you doing?
Scraps to gold each day. Roach clip spinning.
Yeah, Friday. Let's see. Wednesdays and Thursdays, I don't have to drive. Those are the days that my wife works in office, so she has the vehicle, and so that eliminated my driving. And my mom would pick my son up and let him drive to take him to class and back. Gives him more practice driving and stuff like that, and then, like I said, eliminates me having to get out and drive. And I never let him drive our older truck because it just, transmission and stuff's bad in there, you know, and him just not being an experienced driver, he don't need to be driving something that's got a slipping transmission or something like that, so I don't let him drive that one. My wife's newer truck that we got for her, we still have to have a little bit of stuff done to it, so it has some minor mechanical issues. Hey Tim, have a good morning. Stay safe.
Epoxy spills like rivers on a moonlit night.
So,
Shapes emerge, sharp souls taking their bite. From
yeah, I do all the running and stuff like that in the truck, and then we still have tag and insurance on the older truck with a slipping transmission on it, so sometimes if the wife has to go somewhere or go to work in the good one, you know, we still have some type of transportation, but I don't want to drive it unless I have to, because like I said, it is on its last leg. And it seems like the less I go without driving it, when I do drive it, the worse it feels like it's getting. So yeah, don't want to be driving it and it break down somewhere, then have to tow it home or whatnot. But basically what I'm getting at is Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays are my run days for sure. And then my son has appointments pretty much every other daggone week, it seems like, that I gotta run him to. And so I play chauffeur for that. So I only drive anymore when I have to, because it pulls on my neck.
Epoxy spills like rivers on a moonlit night. Shapes emerge, sharp souls taking their bite. From that shit to brilliance this tight. Grumpy car.
But that won't be a whole lot longer. He'll be getting some of his his Pell Grant money. He got a, where he's going to now for his computer classes this year, he got a scholarship for it. And then on top of that scholarship, he got a Pell Grant. And so scholarship is covering full ride for what he's doing. And he gets the Pell Grant on top of that to cover tuition, books, tests, and all that good stuff. And his first scholarship's covering that, so as long as he passes his class, he gets to put that Pell Grant in his pocket. And so he's going to be able to take that money and buy him a car. So that's going to be awesome. He was working beforehand. That was a cool thing about it. He's always had an awesome mentality for wanting to work, but he was going to school still and had his job, so he was part-time working and whatnot, you know. And then I don't know what happened where he was at, but he had conflict. He had vacation time set up, but again, he was part-time and people didn't get vacation there working part-time, but he had worked there so long and was a good worker that and he requested time off so far ahead of time that management at times gave him the time off, you know. And so he was off for almost a month, but still on schedule and whatnot. It's just being off. And then new manager showed up while he was gone and didn't understand the situation, and I guess kind of got aggravated with the whole thing, thinking he was being catered to or something, like he was special. So when he came back, the manager had a chip on his shoulder with him, and my son didn't know this manager, and the manager wasn't doing their job worth the flip, so my son had a chip on his shoulder with the manager, complained to another manager that he knew. That manager went back to the new manager talking crap, and then new manager got worse chip on their shoulder and ended up running him off. And then he just hasn't been able to get into another job since, because limited on where he can put in applications because of transportation, and then limited on when he can work because of school, you know. So when you put in them applications, nobody, if you fill it out an application and you have limitations on your availability, they're going to put that application on the bottom of the stack. Because to that one application that has limitations, you're going to have 15 applications that the people want to work yesterday. You know, any day can you work, any day. You know, he don't have that. You know, he's stuck to certain days he can work and can't work. So that makes it harder for him to get hired, and that's what I told him. Oh, my back. Well, with his network and security stuff that he's got going on, he just passed his Network Plus test, so he's network certified now. So that's more to put on his resume to help him get a job. Right now we're trying to find him an internship, get him like a paid internship to work for somebody with his computer skills. You know, that's what he needs. But again, it's hard because he's still trying to go to school or go to college. You know, he wants to go to college full time next year so he can continue with his computer science. He wants to go computer science and then psychology. And he's got a Bright Future scholarship that's going to cover that. You know, so again, that's the hard part about it, is trying to be young, work, and go to school and all that at the same time.
Spirits play the host. Hands trace the lines, stories in each slice. Sweat and patience blend, little figures rise. Each twist, each turn, an age-old tale. In the dust and smoke, find a soul to hail. Wood and smoke, life in a tangled dance.
But he's getting there. At least he's got the better drive than I did. I was too busy chasing tail and then wanting to party and have a good time. Yeah, school was the last thing on my brain. I jumped out there into construction because it was just, he's more, how can I put it? He's more intellectual He's got the hellacious book smarts and everything, but just doesn't got his hands dirty doing a lot of stuff. I was more common sense smart, street smart, got my hands dirty doing everything I could do to learn what I needed to do, you know. So it was like I was just always good physical stuff, you know, so I could go get a job, you know. If my back and stuff wasn't jacked up, I grabbed my daggone carpenter belt with my hammer and I could be making a paycheck before the end of the day. You know, I'd drive around and find job sites somewhere and say, hey, you hiring? You need help for today? You know, that's how I would get my jobs. You know, I'd leave the house and I didn't come home unless I was making money. But it was always construction work of some sort, you know, so. And I've always kept him in that bubble and kept him away from that hands-on stuff. Even growing up, I didn't make him do the yard chores or nothing like that because that was physical stuff. And it's like I didn't want him to be doing physical stuff to hurt himself. Stupid of me. I kept him in a bubble to a degree, but I didn't want him to hurt himself like I did.
Where mine gets lost, carved from ancient timber. Who cares the cost? Swap the pain for purpose, turning sorrows gray. Wood spirits emerge, chasing clouds away.
My dad had a real bad back when I was growing up. When I was young, 12, 13, you know, right there at that adolescence, that teenage stage where you just start to grow up and start getting some muscles and doing heavy physical stuff. We would do something around the house, you know, and my dad would need the help. You know, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to hold stuff properly or whatnot. And I'd get out there and be breaking my back and straining like crazy, you know, trying to help him, you know, so he wouldn't have to strain. I think some of that, besides the playing and falling and stuff, because I've had so many damn accidents. You know, like I said, bicycling, skateboarding, everything, I was heckling myself. So I know that's what helped strip my body, but in my brain, mentally, it's like, no, I was doing this when I wasn't ready. And I just never wanted to put him through that. If you can understand the Babble. Heck yeah. That's awesome. See, that's what I've always pushed because I was such a goofball and screw up in school. You know, and then when he got tested, they tested him in kindergarten and come back telling us he's gifted, he got a high IQ. In kindergarten, his IQ tested out in I think it was 130 something on the written, and then it was a little bit higher on the verbal. They did two different things. It was two different ones, and one was a little bit higher than the other, but they were both over the damn 130 mark with his IQ. And it's like, you little turd, you know. They come back, he's gifted, he's got a good this, and then with that being said, that he might be socially awkward, he might have difficulties with this and with that, you know. And so they set him up on like I don't know how they done it, just the gifted program. It's hard to explain how it works, but little turds always had a heck of a brain on him. And so with him being so smart, I never pushed him to sports. I didn't want him to be getting any concussions. You know, I didn't want him to hurt his body or nothing like that. And when he got into high school, he started taking weight training just to help him, you know, with a little physical and stuff like that. But I hated that aspect. I didn't want him to do that. because I was afraid he'd get in that gym doing weight training, and the coaches would see him and say, hey, you need to play basketball, or hey, you need to play football. And I did not want him to get into sports like that. Shame on me, but I was just trying to keep him safe. God, he's a big boy. 18 months old, he was 3 foot tall already. He come out, when he was born, he was full term. And the whole pregnancy, my wife was in the 95 percentile, large, big baby, you know, all that kind of stuff. Everything was going like it's supposed to go. When that little turd was born, it's a little turd. We had big clothes for him. You know, my daughter, she come out big, you know, 8'3", like 21 and a half inches long. She was a big baby, you know. So we're like, yep, he's gonna be a big baby. And he was born, I had to go get a daggone preemie outfit to bring him home, but he was little. But then it was like he sneezed and freaking almost was full grown, because I mean, I got doctor papers and stuff. 18 months old, he was 36 inches tall. You know, he's always been my gentle giant. Because like I said, I didn't even box and wrestle with him. You know, I didn't want him to know how to throw a punch. I didn't want him to be violent, because they were zero tolerance for bullies at school. And with his size and all the other kids in his class, he just towered over them, you know. So I figured if he'd ever gotten in trouble for picking on somebody, they would freaking just they'd just be mean and make an example out of him because of his size. And so we never had an issue with him picking on anybody. We always had the issue with people picking on him, you know. And then we would go up to the school, and the principals and stuff would look at us like, you're really complaining because he's getting picked on? And I'm like, well, yeah, because it's hurting his feelings, and if he does anything, he's gonna get in trouble. And you know, I was like, what would y'all do if it was the other way around? If little Joey over there come up here because big old James was picking on him, y'all be done got James in trouble, suspended him, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, I'd get in trouble going up here to school. It got, I think towards 4th grade, I told him, I said, I'm not coming up here no more. I said, he gets picked on again, I'm teaching him how to fight. I said, y'all are gonna call me up here next time, because he's gonna be done whoop somebody's butt. Guidance counselor and principal finally started doing a little something new. But yeah, I've never been rough with him. His sister, that's the other way around. His sister would walk by me when she was growing up, and I'd slug her in the arm. She'd stumble across the floor and then come attacking me, jumping on me, fighting back. You know, I wanted his sister to be tough. You know, I wanted her to know how to, you know, stumble around and take crap from people if she had to. You know, I didn't want some guy to be able to pick on her. I wanted her to be able to pick on some guy. You know, so yeah, I shadow boxed, and she knew how to throw a punch and fight when she was little. But I didn't do that with him. Pure deja vu. Resin raining colors, storms in the air, crafting treasures made with flair. Each groove whispers tales untold. And I was more physical back then, just in general, because my body wasn't all tore up as bad, and was a little more hot-headed back then too. She grew up with a different dad pretty much, because there's 12 years difference between my kids. So my daughter, she experienced one version of me, and my son got a different version of me. Unfortunately, I wish I could go back and change it. It is what it is. A lot more hot-headed back then. Oh, dude, she like wears the breeches in her household for sure. I tell her all the time, you gotta quit being so mean to your old man. And let him have a voice. Yeah, no, sir. His Webbles is in a jar on the nightstand for sure. I gotta love him though, goodness gracious. He loves her to death and puts up with her crazy. He's a good guy for that. You gotta give him props.
Keeping hands warm. Aliens in the mist, visions twirl, can't resist. Eyes red tinted, chasing moments we missed. Medicated haze, chronic pains take flight. Dust in the beam, lost in vibes all night, all night. Whittle down the stress, anxieties dissipate.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. My daughter's 31 and my son just turned 19.
Sacred dust in the air.
There's my alarm, 7:30, y'all.
Into things we repair. Aliens in the mist, visions twirl,
Yeah,
can't
I love my son. I wouldn't change nothing, but I only wanted one child. You know, I was not one of the ones that wanted, 5 or 6 kids running around growing up. I grew up an only child. So it's just, I wasn't used to the big family. My wife wanted several kids. I never did. So yeah, that was a struggle for several years right there. We'd go somewhere, go to a birthday party or something, she'd hold a baby. Oh my goodness, she'd have baby fever. And that was a thing. Oh, let me let pups outside, y'all. It's 7:30.
eternity. This therapy runs
Turn it off.
wood shavings fall in spirals.
Oh,
the
my back.
vibe creeps.
Oh, I've been sitting still too long.
Chime in and
I'm coming, y'all.
catch the wave, turn and subscribe. This
All right, go be good, girl. Go. Go ahead, Miss Bell. She got a leg cramp. There she goes. The neighbor's dog's out there barking. You know how dogs will kind of kick and scratch the dirt like a bull when they want to bark and act crazy? The neighbor's dog was kicking and scratching, and she kicked with her back leg, and her old back leg cramped up. You see, it got stuck for a second. Go be good girl. Go be good girl. I know she ain't got to do nothing but pee. She got up this morning about 4:30 with me and has already been outside. She went outside and did her business early. Come on. Come on. Come on. Pepper, get inside. Leave him alone. Come on, Sparrow. Come on. Come on, old man. Come on, old man. Nah, leave him alone. Quit messing with him now. Y'all behave. She got that blue healer mix in her, and she wants to herd his little old butt so bad. I let him outside, and she just, if he's on one side of the yard coming towards the house, she'll come across the yard and just daggum freaking steamroll his butt, roll him across the ground. Oh. It's cold out there, y'all. I just gotta get this chill off me real quick. He's old though, he can't take it. He's like 16 years old and she's like be 4. Yeah, sometime December. We have to look it up, but she'll be like 4. And she's big, he's little, and she's like 67 pounds, and she'll come charging across the yard, blam, and hit him. Inside, she'll go up to, like, if he goes to run across the room and say, jump up on the couch next to my wife. If she's in her mood, she'll jump up and run up on him, and she'll grab his neck, like the nape of his neck with her mouth sometimes, but most of the time, all she does is just lay her chin across his body and hold him down with her chin. So where he can't jump up on the bed and whatnot, or on the couch. She tries to control what he does. But then he has his fun with her too, though, because when my daughter will bring her, like today, I'll have the pug over here today. But when my big dog and the pug start playing, they play rough. You know, that little pug thinks she's as big as my big dog, and then that damn Chihuahua, he'll jump off the couch and go snapping at the big dog, trying to push her back, because he thinks she's getting too rough with the little dog. But it's funny. We call him the old grouchy referee.
Grumpy spins the lay, spaceship hum in the air. Epoxy shining bright, colors rare, so unfair.
Hey, I gotta get moving this morning. I can't sit up here and stay on the live. I said my daughter will be dropping the little dog off here directly. And then I gotta take my boy to class. If I can find any time or another, I might be going live off and on today. Most of it will be playing with my OBS settings probably, because I have to situate this. I don't like it broadcasting in this low resolution. I want my pictures to be crisp, you know, because it don't do no good to have a low resolution when I'm trying to show y'all an epoxy blank, you know, with all the pretty swirls and colors in there. You can't see crap on a crappy view, so definitely got to get that squared away. I just don't want to lose what I got, but right now what I got ain't working, so it don't matter if I lose it. I'll reset it somehow. But all right, babble, y'all. I'm fixing to shut everything down and get ready to start my day. So I greatly appreciate everybody who tuned in and hung out with me this morning. I do greatly appreciate all the support. It means a lot to me. But again, thank you. Everybody have an awesome day. I hope your weekend is just awesome and as blessed as it can be. And that's it, yeah. God bless everybody. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.
Workshop therapy, the grind finds its peace. Red eyes coated